start of the match and both Japanese pair Fukushima and Matsumoto was pushing Pearly and Thinaah on backline. They were not giving chances to Pearly and Thinaah to go on net. Pearly doing one thing that was working for her and gaining point for Malaysia was one smash, then going for a drop, that sharp drop that Pearly always do, and then again going for a smash. This thing was working for her. But on opposite side, Fukushima and Matsumoto were doing crazy good smashes, and I was literally got impressed by how crazy good and how powerful smashes both Fukushima and Matsumoto were doing. One thing that I didn't liked about starting of this match was Pearly was doing so many drops from backline. What I know Pearly is for her aggressive gameplay, like those crazy good powerful smashes from backline, and she was doing multiple drops. Those smashes were missing. Maybe it may be a strategy of hers too, I don't know that thing, but this was the thing that I observed, that she was not going for aggressive smashes. She was doing so many drops. Now after 11 points, one thing that was clearly visible, and it was Thinaah was so much active on net. Man, if you give a little bit chance on net to Thinaah, she will do a tap. She was so much active and it was clearly visible. On the other side, Matsumoto started doing so many errors. One thing that I always discuss is that if your opponent is doing continuous errors, just target that player. This is the thing every time whenever you watch men's doubles, women's doubles or mixed doubles, you will understand this thing, that if a particular player is doing errors, their opposite side players or who are opponents, they will target that player. And this was the thing that Pearly and Thinaah was not doing, targeting Matsumoto. She should have been targeted and more attacks should have been towards Matsumoto. On the other side, Fukushima was going way aggressive. Man, those crazy good smashes by Fukushima, I was literally impressed. The thing that I was expecting from Pearly, this was the same thing that Fukushima was doing. Then some long rallies happened and 17 scores, and 20 were Japanese pair and 17 were Pearly and Thinaah. But from that moment, Pearly and Thinaah did a crazy good comeback, and I was like, man, that's why they had won number 2. One thing that we need to accept is that the crazy good level of defense that both pair, Japanese pair and Malaysian pair, did, man, crazy good. That 67 shots really, longer really was perfect example of how women's doubles happens. No matter Pearly was doing crazy good smash, no matter Thinaah was doing, it doesn't matter if Fukushima was doing or Matsumoto was doing, opponents were literally defending those smashes with an ease. This was the thing that I observed, and I really like that this type of women's doubles is little bit rare to watch. So kudos to both pair, they did a crazy good job. But what an comeback, 17-20 to 24-22, Pearly and Thinaah won first set, and I was much happier. Coming to second set, what I observed was that Pearly was going way aggressive, and this is the Pearly that I discussed about. And every time when I discuss about Pearly and Thinaah's gameplay, I always focus more on Pearly's aggressive gameplay. Thinaah is way good, we all know that thing, but Pearly's aggressive gameplay is the thing that I always look forward to, and that's what Pearly started doing in second set. Little less drop shots and more of smashes and parallel flat shots, but more and more faster. 11-5 scores and Malaysia was leading with 6 points advantage, and I was like, yes, Malaysia is winning here with an ease. It was the perfect example that if your opponent is getting a little bit under pressure, like Fukushima and Matsumoto, both pairs were looking a little bit under pressure as compared to first set, where for Fukushima and Matsumoto were looking more confident towards aggressive gameplay. But in second set and starting of 11-5 scores, Fukushima and Matsumoto were looking a little bit under pressure. After 11-5 scores went to 16-9 scores. 9 were Fukushima and Matsumoto and 16 were Pearly and Thinaah, and I was like, yes, it is then straight to set, more dominating win for Malaysian pair. One thing that that I clearly observed was how Fukushima and Matsumoto both pair were doing so many errors, like on net, like lifts. This was the thing. Every time, if you want to observe a player who is under pressure, you will understand that how many errors they do. In first set, you will observe that Fukushima and Matsumoto did almost no, I will say that errors. There was errors, but almost no errors. But second set, you will understand how many errors they did. Surprising part for me was even Fukushima was doing more and more errors. There was Matsumoto who was doing, I will say that service errors, even service on net, receiving the serve, there was errors. This was the part of Matsumoto, but even Fukushima started doing those errors too. But man, what a comeback. 20 scores were for Pearly and Thinaah, and 13 scores was for a Japanese pair, and they covered 7 points, and I was like, man, what a good comeback by this Japanese pair. Last time when I was literally impressed by the crazy good comeback was when Anseung did a comeback against Tomoka Miyazaki in second set. Man, that comeback was crazy good, and this comeback, I literally impressed how Japanese pair holded their nerve. Look, one thing that every time happens, that if your opponent is at winning point, like Pearly and Thinaah were winning 20 points, they are winning, they are at match point, and you are around 13 points. Take any pair in this world, they will go under pressure and do a little bit, I will say that, casual shots and finish this match. But holding the nerves at this moment, Japanese pair literally did an excellent job of holding nerves and showing their crazy good gameplay. From 2013 to doing a deuce, Fukushima and Matsumoto already won there. But one thing that I observed after deuce was how Pearly was going way aggressive, and I was like, continuous smashing. Just like every time when I discuss about Liu 10, I always discuss about this particular thing, that how faster Liu 10 do smashes and how many smashes they do. But Pearly literally showed that she is real queen of powerful smashes right now in women's doubles. Man, crazy good attack by Pearly. 24-22 and 23-21. What a crazy good comeback for Japanese pair in second set, and what a crazy good comeback for Malaysian pair in first set when they were up behind 17-20 scores, and they covered 3 points and then winning 23-21. Man, what a match, and what a perfect match to end the semi-final women's doubles and going into finals. This is perfect match for going into finals with a style. I told you that there are few players like Fukushima, Matsumoto, Iwanaga, Nakanishi. There are more women's doubles players too who can stop Pearly and Thinaah, can stop. But I told you that Pearly and Thinaah will defeat this player, and this is what happened here too. They defeated them in straight 2 sets. This is more, I will say that, impressive part for me. Every time when I discuss about any pair, I discuss one simple thing, that defeat your opponent in straight 2 sets, and I was way impressed. And one more thing that I want to discuss is that tomorrow Pearly and Thinaah will be against Iwanaga and Nakanishi. They already defeated Iwanaga and Nakanishi few weeks back when they defeated Iwanaga and Nakanishi in a straight 2 set with a dominating win. I was more worried about Kim Kong being finalist against Pearly and Thinaah, but right now they were against Iwanaga and Nakanishi, so I know that Pearly and Thinaah can defeat them even in a straight 2 set. Pearly and Thinaah has that capability, and I just want to see the crazy level of aggressive gameplay by Pearly tomorrow too. The same Pearly that I saw in last moments of this match, I just want to see same Pearly tomorrow too.